Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another hour of Devastation Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. Hopefully I will have some Ixalan set reviews up over the next few days with the help of Jamie and Sam, of course. Alright, Dorned Pouncer is going to be the first pick over Oketra's Avenger, and there's not a ton else I'm excited about in here as a first pick. I like the Sharpshooter, the Aven, the Beetle, the Prowler, yeah, Avenger, but nothing to write home about, so let us get this Pouncer and move on. Ooh, past an Earthshaker Kenra. Well, that card's good, and there's not a good follow-up white pick in here, so Earthshaker Kenra seems fine to me. It was worth like a ticket or two a short time ago. Let's see what it's worth now. Still worth a ticket, but that's fine. It's actually a great limited card. Yeah, perfectly fine pick here. Not passing much else that I care about, that I can see. So let's take it. Kenra. All right. Now we get the Excavator. Geez, we're just getting all the cool rares, aren't we? Let's see if Excavator's worth anything. I doubt it is, but yeah, 50 cents. Not that impressive. All right, so we probably just take the Oketra's Avenger here. Great 2-drop. Very solid card, very strong. Taking it over a Desert and a Firebrand Archer. Seems good to me. I like it. Let's get the Avenger. Alright. Now, what is the pick? We have Inferno Jet, which is a card I like. We have the Desert, which I like. The Aven, Thorn Moloch. Kefnet's Last Word is incredibly strong. I think we should probably just take it. It's early enough. It is just steal your dude. So, yeah. Control Magic. What's funny is Control Magic, or Mind Control is the one I'm thinking of, the 5-mana uncommon, and now it's rare with a downside. This is 1 less mana though, but still. And I guess it gets to take artifacts and enchantments, so it is different enough. But yeah, the downside on this is actually pretty substantial, but it's a huge upside. So we're going to take Kefnet's Last Word over Inferno Jet because it is a very strong card. I haven't played blue-white in a while, if that's the direction that we end up going. So let's figure this pack out. We have Ambuscade, which is very good. We have Aven of Enduring Hope, which is good. Desert, Mummy, Torment of Venom, Strategic Planning, and Seer of the Last Tomorrow in blue. Mummy, Paramount, not terribly exciting in what we already have here. I guess this gets to eternalize into a zombie. Maybe just take the Desert here. Which seems fine. If you're in white, you're gonna play probably as many as you can get. Alright, I guess we take Desert. I mean, I feel like at this point we've branched into 3 different colors and we should probably figure out which of these 3 colors we are. So I'm gonna take the Desert here. So now we do see some late green cards, oddly, but we could just take the Consign to Oblivion. I actually think that's fine. Especially if we do end up playing the Kefnet's Last Word. So we do end up in blue-white. This bounces something, and then Oblivion, maybe we can find some way to fix for Oblivion. Otherwise, you can just play Consign, which is fine as well. So let's take it. I like that. Like I said, some late green there, that's pretty good. River Hoopu is pretty awesome. Could take the Aven here, which I do think is better than Reedstalker, despite being more mana. Or we could take the Traveler's Amulet now to maybe fix for Oblivion. It's a little more difficult to splash for Earthshaker Kenra. We're not seeing any late red, though. We are seeing some late blue and white, which is good. I don't think that we're going to go for the Hoopu now and abandon ship on red and white, although we could. Hoopu is quite good. But I think I'm going to take Aven here, especially considering we already took a white Desert. I don't want that to be a completely wasted pick. Aven is certainly worse than Hoopu, but I think it's good. I like it. Jeez, just still late green flowing. Well, this is more difficult now. Am I not supposed to be in white? God Pharaoh's Faithful is not terribly exciting. Hippo's pretty good. Probably like it more than Sharpshooter just because of the cycling. Strategic Planning I could just take. It's certainly a fine playable card. Works well with Eternalize. Overcome is, in fact, a overrun style effect, although not crazy good. I'll take the overcome. Strategic planning doesn't excite me enough. Okay, so now there's Reed Stalker gifted. Probably take the Reed Stalker. I still want to believe that I can end up in blue-white. Like I said, I really need to pull the trigger on something. We are seeing late green, but am I supposed to then be green-white or green-blue and abandon ship on one of these? Because Pouncer is going to be really good, and the Kefnet's Last Word may just be the strongest card we have. We have a lot of strong cards. We're just branched out here, so I need to pick something. I need to pull the trigger on an archetype. I'm going to take the Reed Stalker. I think it's blue-white. I think I want to go for blue-white still. I think I easily could have gone into green. Green was open, flowing from this direction, but the 6 blue and white cards we have are quite strong. I guess Aven and Reed Stalker aren't terribly exciting, but they're good for what blue-white wants to do. And we already have some good early curve beater stuff, as well as a bounce and a steal. And now we can take on summon. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the trigger on blue-white. That's what we're doing. Wait, why? That's weird. Okay. Oh, no, you too. There we go. Okay, so let's take on summon. Seer of the Last Tomorrow is deceptively good. I'm going to take it over Countervailing Winds. This card is deceptively good. It can end games. I know it seems crazy that wait, why would you put it there? That doesn't make sense. I think maybe this Consign to Oblivion is screwing things up. I'm not sure. Alright, I'm pretty satisfied with what we got out of pack 1. Like I said, green is definitely open from this direction, but the 3 white cards we have are quite good. If I'd taken the Hoopu, I could have jumped into green, abandoned the Avenger and the Pouncer, and probably ended up pretty good too. But I'm not unhappy with the white cards that we have, and we'll see what happens out of pack 2. Also, like I said, I took that early desert, assuming that I was in white, so I would have to abandon the desert. Ooh, now we got another late one, so I'm going to take that over the planning. Planning is good with Eternalize, though, and Embalm, in which both of those are in white and blue, which is nice, but I'm still going to take the desert here. We'll take another Seer, actually, over the Jera's Renunciation. I may actually go for a slight Seer plan here. I would not be opposed to that. I know it seems a bit crazy, but I'm telling you, these cards are deceptively good. It is a legitimate plan if you want. Samet on... Geez, talk about some good green cards. My God. So there's Samet in here, which I think is worth basically dirt. Is it worth anything? 71 cents, yeah. Not particularly good, although there's nothing in here that's particularly good, sadly, except good green cards. So, do I just take Ambuscade and decide still if I want to abandon white? It's possible. Taking first pick Desert does not excite me that much, nor does first pick Steadfast Sentinel. So I probably could take Ambuscade and be fine. And still possibly be green with the Overcome. There's also Oasis Ritualist. Alright, we'll take the Ambuscade over Planning, over Disposal Mummy, over Desert. Maybe wheel another Overcome. Alright. Another... Okay, we're back in white. We get past another Adorned Pouncer. Multiple Adorned Pouncers is... Okay, that's reason enough to be white for me. We got it. I'm in. We're doing it. Not looking back anymore. Paincaster is very good. Geez, good green cards as per usual here. Now I think we take the Eternal over the Steadfast Sentinel. Sentinel's certainly going to be good for the late game plan, but Eternal is actually very good, especially with tempo cards. Good green cards in here still. I mean, we actually... It's good with bounce spells. It's nice that you can attack, they block, you bounce whatever blocks, they already get afflicted. It kind of does its job. It's like tempo plus life loss stuff. This is very good with bounce effects. We're going to take it. I mean, it's a good 2-drop. You can never really have enough 2-drops. So Survivor's Encampment would let us fix for Consigned to Oblivion, and it's a desert. There's Imminent Doom in here. Jeru's Renunciation. Tragic Lesson is pretty good, too. I'd probably just take the encampment, though. I like the idea of being able to cast Oblivion. Although, I mean, we have no desert synergies, which could be problematic. Strong Zombies in here. Imminent Doom, which is a fun card. We'll take the encampment. Unconventional Tactics is pretty good. We do actually have a couple. We have 3 zombies in here right now, which is not terrible. Proven Combatant is slightly unexciting. We could take another Aven of Enduring Hope. White is the only place we're going to get... Well, that's not true. I was going to say white is the only place we get zombies, but there is Spellweaver Eternal, which is technically a zombie. Proven Combatant's pretty underwhelming. It's basically Unconventional Tactics versus Aven of Enduring Hope. I'm not really feeling the Unconventional Tactics in here, and Aven has proven itself, to me at least, to be pretty good. We are blue-white, which is traditionally a Flyers deck, although this will only be our 3rd Flyer, which is maybe a bit worrisome, but I don't think so. I think it's fine. We'll take the Aven. Ipnu Rivulet. Well, the nice thing about Ipnu Rivulet is now we actually have a pretty solid plan, although there is a Sandblast in here. But with 3 other deserts and 2 Seer Last Tomorrows, I think we're just going to do it. We're going to have this slight little mill plan. These actually block reasonably well. I think this is actually fine. I think last time I took this, I didn't even play it, which I definitely ended up regretting. Otherwise, we could take the Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, which is also very good in this deck. And like I said, the Sandblast, because we actually don't have any hard removal. But I'm going to take the Ipnu Rivulet, because with double Seer Last Tomorrow, I really think I can mill some people out. We'll take a 3rd Seer now, over the Camel. We're going to go deep on Seer the Last Tomorrow. I've never done this plan. It's just interesting enough where I want to see it happen. I think other people want to see it happen too. So we can take the desert now, or I could take the Camel. So, or the Striped Riverwinder too. Probably want Camel. It's a 3/2 lifelink. A 3-mana 3/2 lifelink most of the time in our deck with 4 deserts. So I think it is actually better than this desert in our deck. Alright. Strategic planning, another crack at that. We have double Adoring Pouncer, but no Embalm. I think we take the... Do we take the 5th desert? We have 15 cards, so if I take the desert here, we're actually going to need maybe 9 cards out of 7, 8, 9 cards out of pack 3. So maybe I do take the planning. Just in case I don't end up with enough playables. Well, screw it. I'll take the desert. We'll assume we're going to find enough playables. I don't know if it's a safe assumption, but we'll find out. Alright, I could take Dutiful Servants here. I don't need Manalith. I'm not going to play Manalith to splash for Oblivion. Alright. Dutiful Servants is pretty underwhelming, though. Alright, we're going to pass all these. They get access to those. Getting the Tragic Lesson back is nice. We'll take it over Jeru's Renunciation. Late Imminent Doom. Late Vile Manifestation, too. Jeez. Traveler's Ammo, it's not the word. Oh, last pick Solitaire. What a gift. What a weird card to get last pick. Alright, for now, I'm going to set Traveler's Ammo inside and the Dutiful Servants. Everything else I'm actually pretty happy with. Maybe the Countervailing Winds can go. Countervailing Winds would have actually been pretty good with the... wow, Fetid Pools. I love that it works perfectly for our deck, too. Wait a second. Am I going to actually take it, though, is the question. I may kind of need this Compulsory Rest. Compulsory Rest is actually better than usual in our deck because of the fact that we can just mill people out. I think we need removal pretty badly. As much as I loathe passing something that's not only good for our deck, but worth like a ticket and some change, I think I have to take this Compulsory Rest. We just don't have enough ways to deal with opposing things. We have 2 bounce spells and a Kefnet's Last Word, so we just absolutely need hard removal, and I think Compulsory Rest fits that bill pretty perfectly. Like I said, Fetid Pools it's unfortunate to see this because it's not only worth tickets, it cycles, and it can fix for our Oblivion, but I think I have to take Compulsory Rest. We need removal badly in here. if we want to survive long enough to mill people out. So let's take it. Oketra, oh my god, what a gift. Alright, we're taking that over Illusory Wrappings, Impeccable Timing, the Spearmaster, all that stuff. Wow. Wowzers. What is going on? So now we have Illusory Wrappings, Time to Reflect, we don't have enough zombies for. Unwavering Initiate is good. We have 13 creatures. Illusory Wrappings is fairly underwhelming in terms of removal, but for us it might actually be pretty good. It's possible we could wheel it, but since we're milling people out, I want to survive. I feel like if we can survive, we're going to win. Not only off of Oketra, but off of the mill plan. This deck is actually coming together to look pretty sweet. We're going to take Illusory Wrappings. I don't think it's the strongest card in here, but I think it's the best card for our deck, given what our game plan can be. Because if we can just isolate something, we can mill them out, or we can just win on the back of an Oketra, just survive and make dudes and win. So we're going to take Illusory Wrappings here. Angler Drake is pretty sweet. There's another Compulsory Rest. I may want another Compulsory Rest. I think Angler Drake is a phenomenal card. I do like it a lot. But Compulsory Rest is a cheap, effective way. Just a super cheap, effective way to take something out. I think we're going to take the removal over the 6-drop. We have enough ways to win, is what I'm trying to say. We have Sears for milling. We have the Ipnu Revulet for milling, rather. We have the Oketra to make an army. We have Kefnet's Last Word to steal their bomb. We just need to lock down stuff. We need to be able to, oh, you dropped a bomb? Okay, it's gone. We don't have to worry about it. Granted, Compulsory Rest is not particularly good against Eternalize. They just sack it and bring it back, but this is a tough pick. I wouldn't fault anybody for taking Angler Drake. It's just I think I would rather have something cheap, a cheap and effective way to deal with things. So Cartouche lets you fly over top, which would be pretty phenomenal with Solitary Camel, actually, or an Oketra. That's pretty cool. Seeker of Insight has 7 cards that interact with it, which is not that much, but it is a 2-drop that's nice. And I guess it could get stuff in your yard, like a Dorn Pouncer or something. Shimmer Scale Drake is pretty good. I like that it's cycle early or a little bit bomby later. I may just take the Cartouche. I know it seems a bit strange, but it's awesome on a Dorn Pouncer. It's awesome on Solitary Camel. I feel like it just can win the game in here. It's awesome on Avenger. Alright, we're going to take Cartouche. And it gets you a card, too, which is sweet. Open into Wonder. Catch it all. Whoa. This pack is blowing my mind. We're going to take the Gustwalker here. Ketra's attendance insane, too, though. Jeez. This pack is just stacked with goodies. Just stacked with goodies. We're going to take the Gustwalker just because I know it's just an insane 2-drop. Ketra's Attendant's a phenomenal card, too. Though it's between those two, and I think it is just Gustwalker. Sometimes you just want to go 2-drop, 2-2. That taxes the 3-3 go. Alright, Winged Shepherd versus Illumination versus Skirmisher. Winged Shepherd is usually pretty underwhelming. It is a flyer, which is kind of what our deck wants to do, but it's expensive. It's overpriced. Skirmisher's fairly underwhelming. We have 14 creatures right now. We already have a Tragic Lesson, so I may not even need the Illumination. I guess we'll take the Skirmisher. Like I said, you can never have enough 2-drops. And I like that it trades early, and then maybe you, in a pinch, you need a 2-1 later. It's just something you can do with your mana later, which I think is good. So we can take the Censor here. I guess that's fine. It's a cool card. I've gotten got by it before. Wander in Death is, in fact, a card you can splash. We are already splashing black because you can just cycle it. We do have some pretty powerful creatures to bring back. I guess just like Oketra and Adorned Pouncers, which you don't really need to bring back anyway. We'll take the Censor. I think it just makes more sense. So Seeker now has 9 things that we could use with it. We're getting there. Actually, Seeker's looking a little bit better. I mean, I'm going to take it over Cancel, I guess. So, okay. Illusory Wrappings we got back. I probably just play them all if I can. Mighty Leap is, I guess, the best card there for us. All this stuff too? Jeez. Do I want multiple cartouches of knowledge? I mean, they are gonna be good. They're actually good with Seeker too. Play it, draw, discard. Or even initiate as another thing. I'm gonna take the cartouche. I don't know if that's right or not. Getting another Seeker is cool. Just all the Seekers, huh? Okay. Interesting little deck. A lot of goodies in here. So, cool deck. Let's figure out what we're doing. We ended up with 5 deserts too, which is nice. Okay. Let's figure out what we're doing, shall we? So we have 18 creatures. We need to cut 5 cards. So I could cut, the weakest creatures we have are probably Skirmisher. If I want to play all these Seekers, I can probably cut 1 Seeker. Or if I want to go deep on the Seeker plan, maybe I cut the Eternal. I have 11 non-creature spells. The weakest ones we have are probably the Censor and maybe the Tragic Lesson, because even though it does give you card advantage, we have the cartouches to give us card advantage as well. And like I said, sticking a cartouche on an Adorned Pouncer is pretty nuts. That's a quick way to end a game. 2-drop 1/1 double strike, turn 3, make it a 2/2 double strike flying, draw a card, hit you for 4, hit you for 4, hit you for 4, kill you pretty quick. Or stick it on a camel. How about I hit you for 4, lifelink flying? Yeah. Or hit you for 4, double strike, indestructible. Yeah, that's pretty good too. Okay, we're keeping the cartouches around. I think we're going to dump these 2. So this is 3 cards we're dumping, which still leaves us 2 more cards. I think we might cut a Seeker and the Eternal. If I cut these 5, where does that leave us? 15 creatures, 9 non-creature spells, the Seekers to get some, not card advantage, but basically if we get flooded, it's a nice way to overcome that issue. We get slightly less beatdownish because of cutting the Eternal and the Skirmisher, but not terribly worried about that. This deck looks sweet. This looks like a lot of fun. Double Compulsory Rest, double Illusory Wrappings for fairly hard removal. Very, very interesting deck. Okay. I'm good. We're good. Okay. So let's do this. Bring in our deserts. Survivor's Encampment, the Rivulet. So this, we want, I guess, even split. Slightly erring towards blue, no black necessary. So this would be, I think we do something like this, right? So 8 blue, 7 white, and then this sort of counts as both. I think that's pretty accurate, yeah. So this counts as like a 9th blue source, or 8.5 if you want to do it as a half source, because it requires a creature. So 8.5 with 8 or 7.5 white. That seems good to me. Cool deck. Looks like a lot of fun. I anticipate us being able to mill some people out too, which is fun. Yeah, this looks like a really cool looking deck here. So here you have it. Blue-white. Not even a blue-white skies, it's more of a blue-white value. Oketra and Kefnet's Last Word are some powerhouse 4-drops. Illusory Wrappings, like I said, typically a really underwhelming card, but in our deck, a great way to buy some time. We can just win on the back of a cartouche on a double striker or a lifelinker. It looks like fun. This looks like a legitimately fun deck, so we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1.